This is what Star TV has me doing. In order for me to do interviews for you guys, I have to work manual labor on a cruise ship like this. And this is not even a cruise ship, because it looks nothing like a cruise ship. I don't even have a room, I have to be underground. I don't know, the things I do to talk to Johnny Depp. Ugh. You know, I was talking to Jeffrey Rush, and he had a really great comment about you. He said that this character of Jack Sparrow, he felt that it was almost like, you know, you do your movies and stuff, but this is the one that you kind of, it's like home for you almost. It's like your Charlie Chaplin of sorts. And I don't know if that, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm wondering if you feel very similar in the sense whenever you take on a Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah, I mean, there is a level of comfort, you know, and a level of safety for me you know, having the opportunity to become that character, because I mean, in terms of the safety, you feel like you can, you know, verbally sort of lay out these verbal landmines that that people have difficulty getting through. You know, sort of these absurdities and these sort of bits of irreverence, you know, that help, and that you can't do in everyday life.
It must be nice too, because you have this repertoire of characters and stuff, and so you can go and do crazy things, but is it interesting for you to still play with something that you're very familiar with? And in this case, what did you kind of do with this time around for Jack?
Well, you know, early on in the very first story meetings and script meetings, I mean, I really did my best to hammer home the idea that, and everyone did agree, to sort of hammer home the idea that we needed to destroy formula so that we don't rely on anything. Get rid of the net, you know, the safety net, and let's really start fresh. Let's put these characters into situations that they haven't experienced before, such as Barbossa, his dilemma in it, and his sort of changeover in it. Captain Jack, you know, for the first time really being sort of flummoxed by an opponent, and a very beautiful opponent. So yeah, the whole idea was just to let's make it very different. Let's make it very, very fresh.
The opponent, that is Penelope Cruz. To work with her after a decade later, was it interesting? Because back then it was you were a different person, and now a decade later, was there any kind of, I mean, I'm sure you've seen her in between, but was it interesting to kind of work with her again, or how different was it from a decade ago?
The funny thing is, it wasn't different at all. I mean, it literally, we became very, very close friends on that film, because it was a very magical experience with Ted Demme directing and everything on Blow, and starting this, you know, seeing her again in that capacity was like, it was as if we'd finished Blow, like, you know, 2 days ago or something. The connection was still there, you know, as sort of revved up as it needed to be, and the sort of chemistry was there. You know, everything was sort of firing on all cylinders, and it felt as organic and as natural as it always had.
To work with a director like Rob Marshall, who has this really great reputation of kind of being I mean, everybody that works with him kind of falls in love with his way of directing. So was it interesting for you to kind of, and are you now a fan of the Rob Marshall, you know, society?
Oh yeah, no, but you know, I was a longtime fan of Rob's, having you know, certainly experienced Chicago, you know, as everyone did, and just thought it was, you know, perfection. Same with Memoirs of a Geisha. I just, you know, it's a film that I watched over and over and over, because it's such a poem, you know, visually, emotionally. I mean, it's brilliant. And so when he came on board and agreed to do this film, it was like, I mean, what a celebration, because he's so unique, and he has such an incredible approach to material and to timing, and his relationship to the sort of, yeah, the atmosphere was really, really special. And also there is that thing, there's that problem, which is the second you meet Rob and spend any time with him, you fall in love with him, and that's forever. You know.
That's awesome. Now, I love the fact that whenever I look at your performances, I feel like there's no ego in the choices that you make. You actually do things because and an actor of your stature kind of might be a little bit more picky about stuff, but yet I feel like you're doing 21 Jump Street and you're going to show up and like say hi and kind of give reference to this TV show that you were part of, you know. And so is that, how did you manage to kind of have this, you had this career, but yet still not be, I'm not saying you're not picky, but I'm just saying you're kind of not, you're okay with variations of your life, and you're not really, you know, you're not embarrassed of things and stuff.
No,
like that.
yeah, no, I'm not. You know, I think anything that, you know, you sort of have to embrace, you know, any and all sort of possibility of angles. You know, I've never, you know, I've never really enjoyed like the, you know, people who can be precious about things, you know, and sort of protective or precious about a certain, you know, character or whatever. I think you need to, you know, I think you need to, you know, abandon ship each time, you know, and kind of see where you can go. I mean, with it staying within the parameters of the character, certainly, but you know, explore a little, you know. I think the most important thing that an actor can do is embrace the possibility of failure. You know.